So we're here with Tawhid Abdullah, who is a very strong diamond and jewelry merchant in Dubai.
Hardworking.
Hardworking. How many stores you got here?
325 for now.
325 stores.
Yeah.
For now, you'll notice.
Yeah, for now.
And so we're looking
We are too young to improve.
So we're looking at Dubai's growth, not just from the purpose of rough diamonds, but what's happening locally. Now, these 325 stores, are they for tourists? Are they for local people? What's
No, the
story?
325, we are in the GCC country. But, of course, if you are in Dubai, you can't not be into one of few stores for the tourism. If you are on the duty-free, you have got all the transit people and the tourist people. If you are into hotels, you need to have a jewelry store. If you are in the souk, there are a lot of tourists who visit. So if you are any part on the shopping malls, you will have a space for all the tourists as well. So,
But Dubai it's great. And how many tourists come to Dubai? We have to look at
this year, I think we are targeting 19 million.
Okay.
So it's
Serious.
one point. Yeah, it's serious. Yes, it's.
And then you also have the people who live here who are not Emiratis, okay? And that's also a very big.
That's 1 million Emirati versus 9.2 million non-Emirati. So it is. We are a nation of all culture, all nations, all religious, all believers.
Sure, all cultures. Yes.
All cultures, absolutely.
So how is that market? So what I'm thinking, I realize the tourist market's very important, but we see that Dubai is growing. It's just amazing. There's positivity. All these buildings are going up. All these businesses are coming in, etc. That local market, is that also something that is significantly growing?
Yeah, probably the local market is growing equally to that because, end of the day, people go to shops, people go shopping either for food or for luxury or for very basic things. People do live here, do rent houses, buy a car, have a driver, have a schooling, and so on. So the entire circle of business is equally cascade of the
And
increase.
Is it growing?
And it's only, we have been seeing 5, 7, 8% yearly increase in population. Probably equal to that. A mirror of that goes back to the business in general. The inflation is still under control, so we can't complain. I mean, you want to have a cup of coffee for $10, and you can have the same cup of coffee for 25 cents. That's up to you. The beauty of Dubai, the beauty of the Emirates in general, is that you have got any standard. You want a very high, expensive, exclusive, branded, whatever coffee you can have, and you want to unbranded, homemade, and so on, and you can have that with a vast difference in prices. That's the beauty of Dubai.
So one of the great things about Dubai is its diversity of cultures, but also diversity of products. You can get anything here.
You are absolutely right. And you can have, a branded tennis shoes for, I don't know, a couple of $100, and you can have an unbranded or a smaller brand or non-brand, and you can have it for $10, $15 as well. So
So Dubai serves everyone everywhere. But what does that mean for jewelry? Are there unique Arab designs? Are there also the Arab designs and the Western designs? I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, we let's talk about the marriage season, which present probably. It used to be 30% of the business. Now it's 20% of the business. But there are, for sure, an Arabic wedding, they want international piece of diamond jewelry, for instance. But for gold, they want the traditional piece of gold, which is in few hundreds of grams and so on. And then you have got an Indian marriage, and then they will look for very Indian pieces and so on. You got European, they will go and look for the solitaire. They will. So yes, you are right. There are jewelry need and jewelry available for every different culture and international. Probably we are a unique part. I mean, if you go to Tokyo, I'm sure you will not get a very bridal Arabic set. But if a Japanese come here and they want to get married, or they want a gift, or they want the solitaire, I'm sure they will have the platinum. They will have the size they want. They will have the carriage they want. They have the international certificates they want, and so on and so forward. So we are We are prepared. And keep in mind, Martin, that we have been catering for increased number of population since the last 30 years, ongoing. So it is, you don't learn this year, you learn a little bit more year and so on. So we have been in a learning curve all these years.
So if we're looking at that then and we're saying we expect growth in Dubai, you expect the growth to continue? Is that
Yes,
what you're
I
gonna
hope
see?
so. Yes, I think we are a 3, 4, 5% growth every year, and it's a steady growth. And it's, you see the economy, you see the GDP spending of the government. The government is very supportive to business. The government, and what's recently we have been seeing why we are more attractive to people, because I think the government is paying equal attention to transparency. So it's not anybody can come here and do the business. Yes, there is ease of business, but there is a lot of foundation which has been established. I mean, you can't have a bank account unless you have your proper QYC and so on, and all the information and track record and so on. So it has been a hurdle on the beginning, 10 years ago, but that pays back because the government now is laying very tremendous transparency platform and QYC and anti-money laundering, and that attracting a lot of business, more business to come.
So it's interesting. People have this perception of Dubai as some kind of a Wild West market, as some place that is just for rough moving in and out. But actually, the diamond and jewelry business here is growing roots.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. It's a very factual business. It's a real business. I mean, the entire souk is living. You see the numbers. We are probably one of the top 5 payers for VAT. So that means, and we are a refund. We have the system of temporarily import for 6 months, renewable for one time, and we have got refund. If you buy something for export, you get the whole refund, probably minus 50 dirhams or something, very, very minor amount. And we have got the VAT that we contribute to the government. So we are a very big VAT payer because there is real business happening on the ground.
How about gold? I mean, everyone looks at Dubai for gold and says, wow, this is the gold market and stuff like that. How important is gold here?
It's very important. I mean, it's, especially we have an Asian dominate and Middle Easterner dominate. So by the culture for both of them, even on the subcontinent as well, gold is part of the culture, and it's been friendly to every family, and it's been a budgeted spending every month. So if you earn $10,000 a month, 500, 1,000, 1,500, depend on the season, you put that into buying a piece of gold and jewelry. So that's been going on, and it is by default it's happening anyhow.
It's cultural history.
It's cultural history, and it's continuing. It's not that the young generation is abandoning it. No, the young generation are going with that, because gifting is very, very important part of our life here. I mean, there is a study said that within family, 20% of their income goes to gifting within family. Can you imagine?
Wow.
So it's a very gifting-oriented environment. People are happy, people are pleased, people work hard, earn good money, and the style life is also quite high. So you see a lot of flower shops around, means people, and you see a lot of gifting happening.
So it's very important what you're saying about the next generation, because we see very big differences in, say, the United States or even in India. But here the generations are keeping with the same culture, the same values more than...
Because I think the jewelry stores has kept, I mean, all the groups has kept their same path of growing stores, bigger store, more education, more price competitiveness and varieties and innovation and marketing and digital marketing and promotion and name it, So it's like have a clinic. It must be in every quarter. Have a supermarket. So a jewelry store is part of the community. And if you see the community centers, forget about the larger shopping malls. But in community centers, always there is a small jewelry store because it's part of the community living.
Beautiful. And do they make custom? What kind of are they customizing jewelry, or are they?
Yeah, some of them, especially for marriage, they want to customize their jewelry.
Really?
So because they know that in 3 months she's getting married, and they have set up the dowry cost spending, and they have a budget.
How does the dowry work?
Yeah, it's a part of. I mean, it's a nation. I am sure. Also, with your culture is the same. That there is price to pay for for approaching. To marry and set up the house, the furniture, and jewelry and watch.
And who pays for this? Groom
Sometimes
or the
both. Sometimes both families share. Sometimes the bride and the groom they also participate.
That's how old they are.
No, with the younger generation, I think the understanding is more flexible.
Yeah. So is marriage very much the case here?
I think it's
Everyone gets
20%
married?
of the local business.
20%.
Yeah.
And what are markups like here? When you sell a piece of jewelry, say, so, I mean, they put things on the scale. I see that in the souk and this and that. But what is the kind of markup?
To tell you the secret, the product for younger generation allow us a little bit higher margin. Because the secret, we keep it between us.
Yeah. Between us and everybody looking at us.
So, I mean, because they are asking for smaller pieces, and they are asking for a little bit elaborated finishing and so on. So and they allow us to have a little bit higher margin. So they say, how much is this piece? $600, they pay $600. A little bargain here and there. But the traditional one is less margin. So we cruise between 30-35% for the young, smaller pieces, and 10-15% for the bigger pieces.
Really?
Yes.
So that's 10-15%?
Yeah.
Wow.
But because, every shop sometimes have 3-4 times turnover. So that's
3 times a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The United States is maybe lucky 1 time a year.
No, I mean, we have a stores, which is the 18-karat store, and we are lucky to do 1 time for gold turnover and half a time for non-gold, I mean, diamond jewelry and so on. But for a very low margin, shops are the one who's doing 3-4 times, 2-3 times.
So they can have lower margins because
Yeah.
they make the same net profit. They just keep turning the goods.
And end of the day, what pays back is the net profit. And
That's
they
right.
are,
And net profit is healthy.
yeah, reasonably healthy. I mean, otherwise we would not see the whole groups are continuing to grow up. And the beauty of Dubai as well is probably 60% of the business is unorganized sector groups. So that gives also.
When you say sector groups, you mean cultural groups or families?
No. I mean big groups, like organized groups, such as what you see on the market. So it's not Mama's and Papa's store.
Oh, you're talking about group stores, chain stores.
Chain stores.
Like you guys. What's the name of your stores?
Jawhara.
Jawhara.
Yes.
So Jawhara is a brand out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, that gives, a more decent competition and more organized promotion. And we have the Golden Jewelry Group also unifying the trade. So it's become like a team, like a football team. It is that it plays well, it goes well. If we need to do promotion, we do promotion for the bigger store, the medium size, and the smaller size. So it gives a chance for everybody to do the business
So
in
how
a
many
fair way.
jewelry stores do you think there are in Dubai?
I think we are 2,800 stores.
In Dubai?
Yeah.
And GCC?
GCC, is a big number, maybe 300,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
300,000?
Yeah. Saudi Arabia alone is more than 100,000, 120,000.
So Saudi's very important.
Saudi Arabia presents 60% of the total GCC business. I'm talking about the local consumption. Forget about the export and the import.
And how big do
the
you think
trading.
that is in dollars?
I can't. I think it's quite big. And because, don't forget that we have manufacturing. Saudi Arabia has got a big manufacturing. So probably there is somebody else better than me can give the number for Saudi Arabia. But it's huge.
And it's diamonds also or just gold?
No, both. Gold
The
and
diamonds
diamonds.
are moving in Saudi Arabia. So the local populations in...
Martin, when you guys, 30 years ago, when De Beers start promoting diamond, for everyday or everyday diamond or diamond forever in a smaller pieces, the entire culture has been revolutionized. The revolution started at that point of a time because one point of a time on the early 90s, diamond means you have to be only rich.
Expensive, only super rich.
Only super rich. But when we start promoting, thanks to De Beers, thanks to the World Gold Council, these two organizations has helped our business dramatic change that we allow the everyday gifting. Small diamond is the trilogy, and we had local, yes, and we had Budur, we had Farfasha, we had made a lot of local branded jewelry here, and we got a lot of support from these organizations. So it became like much more popular, and today it is established that people buy probably equal number of pieces in small diamond jewelry to non-diamond with only plain gold.
Really? So marketing is key.
Oh yeah.
And it shifted the whole equation.
Oh yeah, indeed. I mean, people here are very open-minded, and they are very, trend-oriented, and they see what's happening on the world, what is happening in London, what's happening in Paris, what's happening in Milano, what's happening in New York, what's happening in Tokyo, and they are very much up to date. You know better than anybody else that digital today is making the world much smaller. So they are with a flip of finger cruising around the world within a few minutes. What's the latest? And they are heavy demander. It's not the same consumer as before. The consumer before used to be happy to go to the family jewelry store. That doesn't exist anymore. They want to have a reputation. They want to have after-sales service. They want to have to update. They want to have a smart guy behind the counter. They know what time the shop is opening, what certificate they are offering, and so on. So the consumer today is much more educated consumer, very up-to-date versus what it was 30 years ago, which was based only on trust. Today, yes, on trust, but with a few more additional packaging to it.
So when we look at the consumer today, and they're younger, knowledge is an important part of the market.
Oh, yeah.
Knowledge is really important.
No, it's very important. It's no more like before, I trust this. No, I want to know also what kind of diamond, where is this diamond from? Is it natural? It's not natural. What kind of certificate you are offering me? What is the after-sales service? How much, if I have to upgrade my jewelry, how much I have to insure my jewelry? How much do I have to pay for, if I have to sell it back, how much would I get back of it? So a lot of packaging questions comes with the journey starts when you buy the jewelry.
It's beautiful. And so, like, what is the driving force? Is it marriages? Is it occasions? Is it wealth? What is the primary force encouraging people to actually buy the jewelry? When they walk in the store, why are they walking in the store?
I think wealthy people do it because it's part of their style life. And that's why you see all branded, high-branded jewelry on the shopping mall. They have clients from all over the world. Let's talk about the middle class. The middle class, I think, more important is gifting. Gifting becoming very important.
Are there occasions based?
Occasions.
Occasion
Birthdays.
gifting or just regular gifting?
No.
Occasion gifting.
Half. Birthdays, anniversaries, Eid, Mother Day, second Eid, Christmas, Diwali. All these occasions are very important. They take a good part of the business. And the casual gifting also. Today you go and buy a bouquet of flowers that costs you $150, and you can buy a small piece of jewelry in a nice packaging for $200 or $300. So jewelry is affordable for gifting.
Like that. So do you think that with more marketing you would sell more jewelry, or we've
Yes.
already changed the culture?
No, I think
have
more.
we reached the saturation
No.
point?
I think more we do, more we sell. But also remember that the smaller stores are getting more specialized because he can't compete with the big chain. So what is he becoming? He doesn't want to go out of the market. So he's specialized on doing, stringing. He will be specialized on doing piercing. He will be specialized on doing nose pin and so on. So we can see a lot of upcoming specialized shops, and they work very well. And they piercing, they can do bigger margin, but you will find a full store for piercing. You can find full stores for nose pin and so on. So we are seeing marketing is very important. And then what we are seeing is a lot of newborn entrepreneur, designers or small branded jewelry, and they sell online and they have less cost than a jewelry store where you have got the staff, the insurance, and they start digital store. And that's helping the industry in general. It's working very well.
So the demand for jewelry from online is also increasing, you're saying. Is that increasing more than the regular store?
I think we are still one of, our industry still, because it's you can reach within a short mileage. Stores are available. Mentality still on you want to touch and feel and try and so on. But the digital in branded small brand jewelry is working very well.
To the lesser cost. But also, it will bring you to the store.
Yeah.
So it's like the advertising.
Yeah.
Everybody will look at the internet and then they come to the store.
you can't today say, I don't have any more digital business.
Right.
Or I don't have digital business.
Digital presentation.
You have to have.
So it's like clicks and bricks? Is
Yes.
it like that, but combinations?
Yeah. It's a complementary for the business. And you will be illiterate if you say, I don't have digital business or digital designing or digital website or so on. So it's...
Now, there's a very strong youth market. I mean, 50% of the population is under the 20s, or like it's a lot of young people here.
And this is part of the expansion of the business, because the youngsters, he work, they have good salary, good background, and so on. So they have a nice social life, so they buy. And, jewelry also is not anymore the traditional jewelry that you buy one ring and stay for lifetime. There is a new fashion. She buy a new handbag, and she buy a new bracelet, or she will buy a new small chain, or she will buy with the different initials. And so it's affordable. It's part of lifestyle.
So lifestyle, the Arab lifestyle incorporates jewelry for gifting, and like this is their baby. It's just going to keep happening.
And daily wear.
Daily wear.
Yeah. So I think we are very happy as jewelers, to be
Happy people.
happy people, especially young generation, because they allow us also a bit of a bigger margin.
How is the value consideration? You were saying when someone comes in and they're doing the research, they say, I'm giving you now, I don't know, $1,000, and then I come back and, maybe you give me 850 or something, and you say, okay,
So,
this
this is a very,
how is
very,
that happening?
a very, very smart question, I think, Martin, because you live the market and you are a market leader in all sense. I think the lower in income, the higher demand for the perceived value. So rich people, he says, I'm buying a gift, it doesn't really matter because I'm giving it away and so on, it's, and they allow you to make a margin. So they say, of course, if he's selling me for 100, if he buy it back and he buys 30, 40, 50%, it's happy, it's okay, good something. Wow. But the middle class and the lower, they say, no, give me something for lower labor charge. Give me something which perceive the value. Give me something, if the gold price goes up, I recover, I wear it for a year and then I can get back my money or I can upgrade.
So it's a savings.
So
they're
it's
thinking about it as a way to also have retained value.
Yeah, so probably half of the buyers think retained value.
So that then takes us to the question.
For a rainy day, yes.
Yes, okay, rainy day. We were looking
Yes.
before, we were talking asset of last resort.
Yes,
Something
yeah.
is difficult.
Yeah.
This is something I have. I can save it.
And that's why, you can see some stores today, they say we have only natural diamond.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about synthetics.
Yeah. So the synthetics, it's something new. And the consumer is still confused, but we have a duty of care because we have been selling them natural diamond for years. And I can't come today and say, there is a synthetic diamond which you can have the same look and so on. So we are two schools. One school want to make money and they don't mind to sell because probably they have not been selling natural diamond or they don't have that track record with their client for lifetime. Some people create a new brand and they sell synthetic diamond and so on. But for people who, the 60-70% who are the major people who ask for the perceived value, I don't think they will be a good buyer for synthetic diamonds.
Do you sell synthetic
No,
diamonds?
I don't want, and I don't, not
Why?
because
Why
I have
don't you?
nothing, because I think, I want to keep my client loyalty. I don't want to sell something that I don't see the buying back value. Because today, if I sell it and the market is continue coming down, I can't. Where's my promise going to be? Just to promise to upgrade? That's not. Certain consumers don't mind that, but the major vast consumer want to see the perceived value. How much you will pay me back at any point of a time. For natural diamond jewelry, and so we pay back 35 less, so we pay back 60-70% at any point of a time. I can't tell that if I would intend to sell a synthetic diamond.
I think a higher point here is also that you're not selling products, you're selling customers. You expect the customer to come back to
Absolutely.
your store, and so your relationship is more important than the product.
Oh, that's the whole capital. The whole capital is your customer, is your frequency of visiting from the customers, and you have to build that, and that's ongoing story every day.
So it's the relationship. And when customers, you sell them, they do come back to you.
Because you are selling them something with a promise. Imagine you don't keep a promise. That's end of story. I mean, that's no starter.
So it's the promise and the relationship that is the key to your business.
And fulfilling the promise. Say a promise and fulfill it. Keep it.
So you're selling the customer, not the product.
You are selling the customer in a form of product.
I understand. But it's the relationship, it's that loyalty, it's that you're going to take care of him, that he trusts you. You're selling trust.
I totally agree with the way you have put it in a proper
that's
way.
great.
Yes.
That's great. And so synthetic diamonds, it's another product. It's just like,
But I think it's maybe more accessory than
Yes. Fashion jewelry.
Yeah, when you go and buy an accessory, you don't have an expectation of perceived. That's my personal opinion.
It's like Swarovski.
I mean, that's my personal opinion. It could be something different thought by somebody else, because there are huge investment has happened, and by law here is allowed to have that. So it's nothing. You can have a big store on the biggest mall and say this is lab grown or whatever you want to call it. Some country call it synthetic diamond. So what you can call it, and you can have the margin you want, and you can have the tag price. But that's not. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different to what my idea about jewelry is.
So when we're looking at Dubai and the GCC, a lot of people just think this is, in the diamond, or like we're talking to the whole world of the diamond, gem, and jewelry world. People's perceptions of Dubai are usually wrong. They don't understand that there's a real roots growing market with jewelry, with manufacturing maybe starting to go. We sort of diamond manufacturing.
You are absolutely.
I think it's all rough movements of huge amounts of stuff.
No, we are. But reality, because the big figures. But when you talk about 20 million tourists and 10, 11 million people lives here, and people go, and that's real business. That's totally real business. Manufacturing. I mean, look, we were manufacturing probably on year 2000, 40 tons of gold jewelry. Today we are, 10 years ago we were at 80 tons manufacturing jewelry. Today we are at 120 tons of manufacturing jewelry, because we are manufacturing and we are exporting. We are exporting to all the neighboring country and so on. So we are, yes, a trading hub, but we are a manufacturing hub. And the government, next few years, we have been told, guys, bravo what we have done. You have created a trading hub. But we don't want to repeat other important centers of the world, which they focus on trading, and they have neglected the manufacturing to neighbor country. And then when trading came down, they find themselves with a difficult situation. We want to prevent this to happen. We have guidance from the government that, please, guys, improve, look at continuing to steadily your trading, but we would like you to look at the direction of manufacturing. And the government is not going to support. The government is going to incentivize. They say, I will give you incentive. I'm not going to subsidize your business, but I'm going to give you incentive for improving the manufacturing. And this is our goal for the next 5 years as individual companies, as a jewelry group as well.
What kind of incentives?
I think there will be, I don't know, available plot of land to secure security to be inland, not to be free zone, and they will give us some help on designing and infrastructure and all this. This is not, the trade is not, bank is going to give you the money. Government is going to give you the platform and going to give you the legislation and going to give you the infrastructure, the health service, and the transportation and the logistic and the peaceful country to buy an insurance policy and so on. So the government is doing a fantastic ease of business, licensing, transparency, anti-money laundering. So the whole package is done by the government, and that's a big incentive.
So the government creates a very strong enabling environment, but
Absolutely.
they don't just give you money and say go.
No.
They just
the
make it
government
possible.
never give money. The government say bravo to you, says, I want to educate you, I want to train you, I want to give you infrastructure, I want to get you airline, I want to give you efficient customs people, I want to give you efficient anti-money laundering system and so on. So they're giving us all, and it's all coming for very, very small compensation.
Sure. It's good
And
support.
it's good support. And, we are big export level, I think we will be hopefully very strong manufacturing country in the next 5 years.
How is the market for polished diamonds here? Is that a market yet? I mean, we're in the polished diamond business at Rapaport, and so we watch very carefully. We see larger statistics coming and going, but I'm really thinking about expanding polished diamond business.
I think you will, because polished diamond mean more manufacturing, more real business, and I think you will find a lot of small pieces manufacturing is incredibly fast growing. Probably not the very big pieces, because very big pieces need a lot of, but fast growing, to be able to manufacture and sell the neighboring country, I think there is a good space for improving that business. So if you started already doing auctioning for
We've been
polished,
auctioning here for many years, and
but
very
not polished. Now you are doing polished diamonds.
only polished. And we started polished many years ago. We were the first auction place here. And just a month ago or so, we had 50,000 carats of polished diamonds in small melee.
Yeah.
And we sold 89%.
But I think, if there is more awareness on the region.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yes, I think today maybe it's B2B restricted to Asia and so on. But if it start going, you tell somebody in Egypt that there is an auction happening, I'm sure you will have a deep pocket
we need some
traders.
we want to grow that business.
Yeah, I think, you go to people from Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, and,
we have to
all
put a marketing
North
office.
Africa. I think more PR about it, it will help. And, we will be more than happy to assist you on
Really appreciate
on
that.
reaching that. I mean, in every exhibition when we go to this country, we would like to promote. Remember that UAE has got a trading export body as well. Every Emirate has got, so we have Dubai Export. They are more than happy to promote.
That could be
together.
great. Because what we have is we have very motivated sellers. We're taking recycled diamonds out of the United States. In other words, the United States has a huge population of baby boomers, people that were born after World War II, like my age. They're retiring. And now they're reselling all
Not
the
you.
jewelry. Yeah, me. I was born in 52, man. I mean, we talk about sustainability. I'm not that sustainable, But We're looking at a markets now in the United States, huge amount of opportunity there where we're selling tremendous amounts of diamonds from the public, from the pawn shops, from all these people. And they just want a fair price. They don't have manufacturing costs. They don't have any costs. They just have the goods coming through. And we're now providing them with fair market value by getting competition to buy. So if a guy's sitting out in Atlanta, Georgia, or in Dallas, or in Boston, they come to us, they say, Mr. Rapaport, try to sell for us. We say, we will show the whole world your product, and we'll give you the best price.
No, also, Martin, you are an important barometer for us because you are, I'm talking about myself, we are natural diamond seller. So when people come and ask, what's this, well, how do I know that you are selling me this for 4,000? I say, yeah, there is. There is an encyclopedia which is available to update you in a monthly basis. You just have to enter, subscribe to this Rapaport prices, and you will get the most fair price for the world. It allows retailers to make a margin, and it tells the wholesaler this is the right fair price of the market of the product that you are keeping in your safe today. Right. What better than that the auditor want as well, and so.
Yeah, we're listing $8 billion every day, listings of diamonds. Over 1.8. We get about 160,000 searches every day for diamonds.
But you don't put the price for lab-grown diamond?
Oh, no, I don't deal with that. Yeah. The price is falling so fast when you cannot make a business catching knives. Not for me.
So we
never did it. We don't advertise it. We don't deal in it. We won't auction it. We don't price it. We have nothing to do with this. I see it as a product that is sometimes
and it's a comfort for the world actually to know that there is a pivotal for the pricing to the consumer versus the trader.
Yeah, that's good. And then, so you talked about jewelry, right? So we're looking at American markets for the jewelry and the recycled and the pre-owned jewelry. And you were saying before that you think that would be a good market here to offer jewelry?
I think for high-end pieces, people want to, in UAE, probably 30 years ago is where the beginning for the mediocres to start buying diamond jewelry. But for, rich family, they would like to have a piece from the 50s and they want to have a piece.
That's great. Oh, yeah.
So I think there is, because she has on her safe every kind of jewelry, but she need something from the era. So she will look, and there are people, connoisseurs, in Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Oman. There are a lot of.
So if we offered it right here in this Dubai Diamond Exchange,
I think with the proper marketing, I think people will definitely.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're convinced me to open
because
a business.
That's a culture. I'm not saying it's going to be a flourishing tomorrow, but I think there is enough mind and style and culture and willingness to start looking for
really for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Start it.
Yeah.
Begin.
It's beginning.
I shouldn't be afraid.
No, you should not be afraid. Paintings 20 years ago, people like myself, is a mediocre, but I will never go on. I'll pay 1,000, 2,000. But today there are collectors, huge number of collectors. They are world standard. So for jewelry, this can be a very good start, and I would really encourage you, because you will have all the jewelers will be taking your magazine and pieces and promote it to their customers, because it will be a privilege for me to come and say to my 50 high-end spenders, please remember that there is an auction going to happen, and these are entry-level pricing and so on. Please, we would like to invite you. We'd like to host you for dinner and do some private viewing earlier. So this will be a selling tool for us, and it's a pampering tool for our VIP customers. So, if I may ask you a question, what do you tell the consumer today because we have customer asking us, why don't you bring lab-grown diamond? They have a certificate.
Sure.
So why you guys are certifying?
I'm not certifying. Why
when
is
you
GIA certifying? I think that people were just greedy. I think people saw they could make quick money. And I think that you're taking a long-term view. The customer is more important than making short-term money. That's the secret to your trust. That's the secret to your... And I do the same thing. I will not support synthetic diamonds because I think people are going to be very hurt. They're going to spend $5,000 for a diamond.
But you are encouraging people to issue certificates. These institutes.
I'm not.
These
I'm not.
institutes are very friendly with you.
Yeah,
They
they're
are-
friendly with me, and we represented GIA for many years, and we told GIA not to do it, okay? Well, GIA is nonprofit. They do what they want, but I think that they're going to get damaged. I'll tell you, the GIA now received a letter, don't do it. And they say, well, we're not doing it very much anyways. IGI is doing a lot of it. But I think that the certificates, De Beers, everybody was supporting the synthetics. They thought this is a great way to make fast money. That's what I think, okay? And they're greedy, just greed, just...
But you know, Martin, I don't want to be, negative thinking, but I think the consumer is misled by the
Yes.
certificate.
Absolutely.
Because
I
they
agree
see a
with you.
certificate, they
And they
say...
say the same thing. I agree with you. And
They
so we
don't
wrote a
read it, and because they,
You're 100%
and
right.
I worry about my consumer. I worry about the entire jewelry industry. We have been putting billions of dollars selling people natural diamond. We have to stand for that.
I agree.
And I as an individual think, this is my own opinion, that there should be not certificate.
Yeah.
The consumer is somehow
Misleading. He's thinking, oh, this is the same thing, and it's
when he
not
sees a
the same
certificate,
thing. Yes,
certificate,
fine.
that's it.
I agree. I could not agree with you more. I can't control the GIA. I tell them not to, but maybe what we should do is get a letter from different people. I saw a letter already from the bourses and people that say, and Jay say, well, we feel we must tell them this and that. But I think it's really a mistake for GIA to make certificates for synthetics.
But
And I think it will not last.
And because
terrible.
you are an authority, you can't say that. An individual, humble businessman cannot talk this language. But I think every consumer needs to be educated of what he's buying.
Yeah, 100%.
So I am in favor of the consumer protection in every city in the world says, you are welcome to buy this, you are welcome to buy that. But keep in mind, and some more.
I'm working now. I went to the Responsible Jewelry Council. I wrote
Yes.
them a letter. I said, this is the text that we should use for, to see if I have those magazines there in my briefcase. I gave them the text, and I said, this has to be on every invoice, on every certificate.
Clearly,
on
in
every
different
marketing.
language.
I'll give you the language. You bring me the one over there that says, let me see if we have something there. And I can actually read it to you. Source certification, natural enemies, okay. So if in here I said this here, clouded lab results, I made a text, a very specific text, and I'm going to be going to the
I
federal...
heard some time ago France
Yes.
obligate
Yes,
to write
France is
synthetic.
synthetic, right.
Well,
I
I'm
also-
happy with that.
I never said lab-grown diamond.
Yeah,
I'm looking for
some
the-
some people putting X name and say diamond,
Yeah.
and they say this is the brand for, which is a misleading to the consumer.
I agree with you 100%. And you know what? I'll send it to you. But basically, we have a statement that we are giving to everybody. I don't deal in it, but I say this with the Federal Trade Commission, and I'm going to create a statement, I have it already, on synthetics, that it basically says that these synthetic diamonds are different than natural diamonds. They do not retain value because they can be produced in unlimited quantities. And it's a statement that should be on every invoice. I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, I think this will help because we are a company with a natural diamond supporter, and we would like to add this.
Yeah, I think it should be on
to
all
the
marketing
consumer.
material. It should be on all marketing material. I'm just looking for the statement over here. I'm pretty sure it was in the magazine. It's powerful. It's good. And I want the Federal Trade Commission in the United States to insist whenever someone sells a synthetic diamond, they have to make the statement.
I'm sure if you push that hard, you will.
I am
you will
going to.
achieve.
And you know what? Let's push it hard here in the UAE as well.
No, here, Martin League has, we have.
A statement?
We have a statement, but I think we need to do more training about.
Yeah, no question about it. And
Because
I'll work with you
UAE
on
is not prohibiting any of these products to come in, and they are because they come under a different.
Yeah,
SU.
you can't prohibit the
it's a-
sale, but you can have full disclosure.
Yes.
Disclosure is the issue.
The disclosure, the government, consumer protection says, give me the best practice. Tell me how
Yeah,
that.
I'll send you something.
Yes.
I'll send you
So
something.
they will start looking at what are the best practices on the world.
Excellent. And I'll
they
give
will
you that.
start.
I'll
They
do
will
that.
start contacting you guys, authorities around the world, and start finding a moderate.
An honest full disclosure.
Yes.
Okay. This will do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We have to take a picture with the diamond.
Yes.
And then I want you guys to follow me with the cameras, and then we'll go over to